Oh, you were running the business though, right? You were doing the back end stuff?
Yes, behind the scenes. I was doing the customer service. I was hiring people for his team, adding people on there. All of that. I had to get some help. I hired a couple of people to like help take some things out.
Y'all see what I'm saying? This is her life. She literally helped him do everything. I thought they were divorced. No, they're not divorced. They're still married. She runs his back end.
So there is a life of glam and riches and fame. Like when you have some status, it comes with stuff. It comes with access to stuff. It comes with like this extra treatment. It comes with money. You know, I had not experienced any type of level of that. And I'm like, I do all them Disney movies paying off. I'm living the life of the rich and famous. Look at him. He's fine and he's doing this, and I get to stay at home. And like I was a whole Atlanta housewife without being on the show.
So I want to ask y'all a question. Do you actually think this woman is living this life with Derrick Jaxn? You actually think she's just going to leave all of this behind? The answer is no. For those who don't know, Derrick Jaxn's estranged wife, Derrick Jaxn, is now selling courses for $5,000 to $7,000. What are the courses on? How to leave a narcissist or how to leave an abusive person or whatever. But the problem is she hasn't left the man. She's still with the guy. And in my opinion, because I don't have specific data, this woman is potentially or possibly scamming black women, because how can you turn around and teach women to do something that you have not been able to do in over, 13 years? She's been with this man for over 13 years. She has 2 children by this man.
Deeper Discussion card game is meant to give you and other players deep understanding of how we all deal with relationship, when or if things get serious. One of the biggest reasons why people break up is because of underlying family issues. This game can be played with either 2 people or an entire group, so have fun.
Question number 1. What is the one thing you wanted but didn't receive when you were young? Name a time when money was the main factor why a relationship went bad. What is the most annoying attribute about the opposite sex?
Deeper Discussions Dating Edition. Again, these cards are good for vetting a potential boyfriend,
Candidate.
a potential girlfriend, a potential husband, a potential wife. It'll even tell you what's wrong with your sneaky link. If you and your sneaky link need to have a conversation, these are the cards.
And you can fix yourself and figure out the why.
The texture of these cards are so soft and silky, by the way. Like
They ain't gonna get
really
wore out. after you-
durable.
The reason why she got pregnant the first time was specifically because he could not stop dating other women. He wanted her and then didn't want her. He wanted her and then didn't want her. She kept leaving and she kept coming back. So it was one situation in this particular interview where she said she ended up getting pregnant while being in the rotation of other women. She literally said that she will be walking up the steps to his apartment and a woman to be walking down the steps, leaving his apartment. She got pregnant when they were not together. So the point is this. This is the type of woman that leaves a dude and comes back, leaves a dude and comes back. And on top of that, Derrick Jaxn, left her. Think about that. So how can you make a course on how to leave a man when you didn't leave the man? He left you. But now, guess what? Y'all are back together again. So am I hating on Derrick Jaxn? Absolutely not. My point of doing this video is 2 reasons. 1, do something and be good at something before you start selling a course for $7,000. The second thing is there's a possibility that Derrick Jaxn is over here making his money this way, and she is over here making her money this way, and they are actually still together. And if she's still with this man and she's lying and telling women that she left him and I'll teach you how to leave him, that is disingenuous. That, to a certain degree, is scammy. So did Derrick Jaxn and Derrick Jaxn come up with this diabolical scheme to look like they're not together anymore so he can sell his products over here to the people that still rock with him, and the people that don't rock with him is buying stuff from her? Think about how ingenious this actually is if this is true. The people who don't like Derrick Jaxn aren't buying products from him. They hate him, right? He's a narcissist. He's this, he's that. How could you do your own family like that? They're not messing with him. Then this woman comes on this interview, which is possibly a rollout, just like how rappers have rollouts. They start beefing with other rappers and all of a sudden, boom, they have an album out. She comes out with her rollout in this interview and calls Derrick Jaxn a narcissist and all these different things. What do you think this does to the women that hates Derrick Jaxn? They gravitate over to Derrick Jaxn because she's portraying herself as the enemy of Derrick Jaxn. So the people who are also enemies of Derrick Jaxn, they come over to her and buy her $7,000 product. And most likely they are still together. And in the grand scheme of things, if she was selling something for $45, $100, $199, that's one thing. But if you're going to get $7,000 from a person because it's like 2 payments of $3,500, you would want the person to be an expert. So she just wanted to sell a product like hair care, skin care, something that she's actually living. She has a great head of hair and her skin is great. That's dope. So it's not about Derrick Jaxn doing this. It's about what Derrick Jaxn is actually doing and how much she's charging. We have to, as a community, make sure that people aren't taking advantage of our women, because sadly, black women to a certain degree are the most gullible people with their money. They'll buy anything if it's marketable. And the bottom line is, it's not right. The reason why white America and the Sierras of the world who are happily married and turn around and make music about single ladies and single this and be independent, Beyonce also, they literally are working for somebody in order to keep black women single. Why? Because black women spend way more money, millions more, when they're single versus when they're married. See, when you're married, your husband is going to be like, hold on, you spend a little too much. Why are you doing all this? No, we're not doing that. We're not doing this and we're not doing that. He's going to regulate the woman's spending. But when a woman is by herself, she literally spends virtually every dime that she has in order to validate why she's single. She's going to look like this boss chick. She's going to buy all these wigs. She's going to buy all these outfits, buy all these purses that she can't necessarily afford in order to make herself feel good about herself. So overall, women like Derrick Jaxn, women like Sierra are literally doing things in order to take advantage of your singleness. And if it's something that you're okay with, cool. But one thing I want to do is to make sure that y'all are at least aware of what's going on before you spend your $7,000 with somebody that hasn't even left their man or husband. Instead of leaving and healing from their narcissist husband, they're scamming with their narcissist husband. But it is what it is. I'm not here to tell anybody what to do. I'm just here to inform my community of what may actually be happening. I say this all the time, and it is what it is, but the biggest enemy to black women is other black women. Let me know what y'all think in the comments. Do you think what she's doing is a scam, or do you think this is something that women want or like or would appreciate? Let me know what y'all think in the comments.